We will continue studying chapter number 3 in Maths 2, which is circles. And today we will focus on angles and arcs. Angles and arcs. This is what we will actually study. We will understand what an inscribed angle is. We will understand what an intercepted arc is. We will see how the inscribed angle and intercepted arc are related to each other. There will be a lot of uh, properties related to inscribed angle and intercepted arc. There will be a lot of theorems related to these things. I had warned you and I had informed you that the next two parts of the chapters are very long. There is a lot of information about them in them. So we are at that stage where we will have to deal with a lot of information. Not difficult, but a lot. Okay? So if you pay attention, if you practice, things will be easy. Also, we will study about cyclic quadrilateral, which is not new for you. You know what a cyclic quadrilateral is. We will just study them in a little bit more detail. But before we do that, there are two diagrams on the screen. I'm going to ask you two questions. Okay? First question is, and you may know it, you may not know it. That is fine if you don't know it. But I would like to know, if I ask you, if you look at the circle on the right hand side, you see a diameter PQ. The circle has center C and the chord PQ passes through C. So PQ is a diameter. Then we have another point S on the semicircle. So when we join PS and SQ, that is, if we draw the chords PS and SQ, an angle is formed. An angle is formed. The question for you is, can you tell me the measure of this angle? Do you know what this angle is? And no, I'm not asking you to put the protractor on the screen and measure. That is not the question. Do you know how much this angle will be? If you know, say yes and tell me how much that angle will be. If you don't know, say no. You can speak, you can type. What will be the measure of angle PSQ? Okay. Chand and Chanda have given the same answer. Anushka and Prachi have also given the same answer. No, Chand's answer is different. Sorry. Maybe he typed it wrong or he has understood it wrong. Yes, Prachi, Anushka, Chand, Chanda, this angle will be 90 degrees. The measure of this angle will definitely be 90 degrees. Okay. And in the class today, we will understand why this is 90 degrees. Another question. Now, for the circle which is on the left-hand side of the screen, this circle also has the center C. Has at the center C. Now, I'm going to ask you something related to something that we studied in the last class. Remember, in the last class, we studied about arcs. Mainly, we studied about arcs and chords. So, if just to check if you remember, if you have understood, if I tell you that this angle is 120 degrees, this angle is 60 degrees, this angle here is 120 degrees. If I tell you this, and if I ask you, what will be the measure of arc A, E, B? How much will it be? Can you remember what we studied in the last class and tell me what will be the measure of arc AEP? You can speak, you can tell. The diagram is from your textbook only. Question is different. Page number 64, bottom of the page. What will be the measure of arc AEB? Okay. Anushka has sent an answer. Anushka says it will be 60 degree. Anyone else? Akhilesh and Rajesh are saying it will be 180 degrees. Okay. Anyone else? हमने पढ़ा था ना ये कॉन्सेप्ट पिछले क्लास में, measure of arc. Karina is saying 360 degrees. Chand is saying 180 degrees. Chanda is saying 180 degrees. Okay, so very honestly, if students do not understand, if the students cannot correctly answer something that we studied just in the last class, then only two possibilities are there. Either the teacher did not teach properly, or the students did not practice enough, did not understand. There are only two possibilities. Now, we studied in the last class that measurement of an arc. Measure of an arc means the measure of its central angle, AEB. The central angle for AEB is angle ACB. Arc यहाँ से start हो रहा है, यहाँ खत्म हो रहा है. And this is the center. So the central angle is ACB. So measurement of arc AEB will be equal to the measure of the angle ACB, which is 120 degrees. This is what we studied, the definition of measurement of arc. We said measure of an arc is equal to measure of the central angle. Notice that how this angle here is half of the central angle. Also, notice how this angle here and this angle here, when we add them, it is 180 degrees. These are couple of more things that we will study about in today's lesson. But we will be able to understand all this only if we know what we have studied till now. Are we able to identify a chord, a diameter, a center, a central angle, an arc? If we are able to identify, a semicircle, only then we will be able to study something new. Let us try and see how far we can go. The first concept that we need to understand to study ahead in this chapter is the concept of inscribed angle. एक नया नाम, एक नई चीज है, एक नया angle. An angle is called an inscribed angle if the vertex of that angle is on a circle. Inscribed angle means, in a very simple way, means vertex on circle. If you look at the first figure, the vertex of the angle is on the circle. So yes, this is a inscribed angle. This is an inscribed angle. This is not an inscribed angle because the vertex is not on the circle. This is not an inscribed angle. This is not an inscribed angle. This is not an inscribed angle, because the vertices in these cases are not on the circle. They are outside of the circle or inside of the circle. They are not on the circle. So to understand the concept of inscribed angle, we need to understand on, in, out of circle. First thing that we studied in the chapter, interior, exterior. So in figure 1 and figure 2, in both cases, angle ABC is an inscribed angle. Inscribed means अंदर में है, वो circles के अंदर है. Inscribed. The next concept that we need to know is intercepted arc. Definitely, it is about an arc. It is no longer about an angle. This is about an arc. And this intercepted arc is related to an angle. Is related to an angle. The arc which is in the interior of an angle is called the intercepted arc. For example, if this point is C, forget this point. If this point is C, then arc AC is inside the angle ABC. है ना, उसके अंदर में. So this arc AC is an intercepted arc. Similarly, in the second diagram, arc DC, ये वाला arc, this arc is an intercepted arc because it is inside this angle ABC. You tell me, in the next figure, is there an intercepted arc? And if yes, what is the name of this arc?
AC
is correct. In the next figure,
AC.
Yes, correct. After that, this is also AC. This arc here, and in the last figure, arc AC. Right? So if the endpoints of an arc are within an angle, inside an angle, then that arc is called the intercepted arc. Remember, it is not necessary. It is not necessary for the arc to be inside an inscribed angle. No, it is not necessary. But what is necessary is that it is inside the intercepted arc. We need to be very careful when we are thinking about inscribed angles and intercepted arcs. Okay, very simple question. In this diagram, which is on your screen, and this is also on page number 66 of the textbook, if I ask you, name the inscribed angle. कोई है inscribed angle इसमें? है तो उसका नाम क्या है? Chand is saying nothing. There is no inscribed angle, and Chand is correct. Because the vertex of this angle B, it is not on the circle. It is outside the circle. So there is no such angle. Second, if I ask you, tell me which is the intercepted arc. In this diagram. Now Anushka is saying there is no intercepted arc also. And yes, she is correct. There is no intercepted arc because although one endpoint of this arc is on the circle, the other point on the angle, the other point is on the same hand. Na? So अगर ऐसा कुछ होता तो यहाँ पर हो सकता था. But that's not happening. So in this case, no such arc. We need to be extremely careful to identify the inscribed angle and intercepted arcs. पहचानना जरूरी है, वरना सब गलत है. Once we have understood what an inscribed angle is and what an intercepted arc is, we study a theorem which is called inscribed angle theorem. Inscribed angle theorem, and to ensure that you are not lost, this is given on page number 66, bottom of the page. It reads, the measure of an inscribed angle is half of the measure of the arc intercepted by it. I told you the inscribed angle and intercepted arc will come together now, and they have already come together. The measure of an inscribed angle is half of the measure of the intercepted measure of the arc intercepted by it. What does it mean? Let us draw and understand. If we draw a circle, you should also draw a rough circle in your notebook. Suppose the center of this circle is C. You can draw much more accurate in your notebook with your rounders and scales and all. And we are talking about an inscribed angle and all that. So let me draw those things also. You have enough time to catch up with me. So something like this. Now, can you name the inscribed angle? What is the inscribed angle? Anushka is saying angle B. Always remember, Anushka, the best way to name an angle or an arc is to use all the three alphabets. Correct, Prachi? I would like that answer, which is angle A, B, C, because the vertex B is on the circle. Very good. Now, if I ask you, which is the intercepted arc? Which is the intercepted arc?
AC.
Correct. So, छोटा वाला AC, बड़ा वाला नहीं, छोटा वाला AC. Very good. Arc AC. Now, what the theorem says is, this angle here is half of the measure of arc AC. That is, angle ABC is equal to half of measure of arc AC. Now, if I ask you, एक तो एंगल है, दूसरा हमने आर्क लिया. How do we calculate the measure of the arc? अभी हमने रिवाइज किया, मैंने आपको याद दिलाया. How do we measure the arc? We don't measure it by taking a string and taking the length. No, we don't do that. We measure some angle. Yes, Prachi. We use the central angle. So when we say arc AC, measure of arc AC, what we actually mean is the central angle that this arc forms, subtends. Where is that central angle? This angle. So essentially what the theorem says is angle ABC will be half. I would avoid try writing in red. Is half of angle ACC. अरे ऐसे नाम दे सकते हैं क्या? नहीं दे सकते. So we will change the center. We will call it O. Okay. So this is the theorem. That's it. angle ABC will be half of angle AOC. The inscribed angle, the measure of the inscribed angle is half of the measure of the arc intercepted by it. Khatam. So if I tell you that this is 120 degrees, you will say angle ABC is how much? Half of angle AOC. Calculate and tell. 60 degrees. ऐसे एक एग्जांपल मैंने पूछा था ना शुरू में, do now. This is called the inscribed angle theorem. Right, beta? Whether we use the terminology of inscribed angle and intercepted arc, or we use the terminology of angle subtended by an arc, it means the same thing. So we can say that the angle, the inscribed angle is half the measure of the arc intercepted by it. That means angle ABC is half of angle AOC. Or we can say the angle subtended by the arc at any point on the circle is half the measure of the angle subtended by the arc at the center. It's the same thing. These are the two statements. These are the two ways we can state this theorem. If I tell you that angle ABC here is of 55 degrees, and I ask you how much will be angle AOC, what will be your answer? What will be the measure of angle AOC? If you speak, it will be faster. 110 degrees, double of that. है ना? अगर एक किसी का आधा है तो उल्टे में डबल है, 110. Now if I ask you what is the measure of the arc AC, what will be your answer in the same question? What is the measure of arc AC? (110 degrees), correct. Because measure of arc AC is nothing but the angle subtended by it at the center, the central angle. Very good, you have understood. Let us look at the next thing. This is the most important theorem, most important property that we are going to study in this chapter. Inscribed angle is half of the intercepted arc. Once we have understood that, there are two corollaries. Corollaries means something that follows. So these are the two things that follow the main theorem. The main theorem says the inscribed angle is half of the intercepted arc, or the angle subtended by the arc on a point in circle is half the angle subtended by it at the center. But the consequence of that is angles inscribed in the same arc are congruent. Angles inscribed in the same arc are congruent. क्या मतलब हुआ इसका? समझो ध्यान से. Angles inscribed in the same arc. Suppose we have a circle with center C, and we have 2 points on the circle P and R. So we have an arc P, P, T and R. ये जो नीचे में है, this is the arc. And we have 2 points Q and S on the other arc. So PTR is the minor arc. Q and S are points on the major arc. Using Q and S as vertices, we can make angles P, Q, R and angle P, S, R. Now these two angles are inscribed angle. Yes, because Q and S are on the circle. But if I ask you, in which arc are they inscribed in? Batao. In which arc are they inscribed in? Try. You can tell me. I'm not asking you about the intercepted arc. I'm asking you in which arc are they intercepted in. That arc is arc P, Q, S, R. ये बड़ा वाला major arc. Don't confuse intercepted arc with the arc in which the inscribed angle is inscribed in. Now what the theorem says is, because angle PQR and PSR, they are inscribed in the same arc, they are congruent. That means this equals to this. This is what the theorem says. अब ये ऐसा क्यों हुआ? Actually very easy. Join this. Now for arc PTR, we have the central angle PCR. Now look at angle PCR and PQR. Do you think they are related to each other? Angle PCR and angle PQR. And if they are related, what is the relationship between them? They are related. They are related by the theorem that we just studied. Are you able to identify? Are you able to see? If we consider the inscribed angle PQR, the intercepted arc is PTR, then the central angle is PCR. That means angle PCR is double that of angle PQR. Yes, Anushka, correct. Similarly, if you consider angle PCR and angle PSR, once again, angle PSR is the inscribed angle and angle PCR is the intercepted arc, measure of intercepted arc. So angle PCR is double that of angle PSR. So PCR जो है, it is double of PQR, it is also double of PSR. उसका मतलब क्या हुआ? PQR and PSR are congruent. Done. If I tell you that, students, this angle is of 45 degrees. What is this angle of? What is the measure of this angle? Can you answer?
45.
Very good. Correct. 45 degrees. Simple answer is they both are inscribed in the same arc. Inscribed in the same arc. Now, if I ask you, what is the measure of arc PTR? What is the measure of arc PTR? With the same values, 45 degrees. Angle PQR is 45 degrees. What will be the measure of arc PTR? Very good, Chanda. Correct. 90 degrees. It will be double. If I ask you, what will be the measure of angle PCR? What will be your answer? Angle PCR. Once again, it will be 90 degrees. Correct. This is how this is to be used. Let us look at the other corollary from the main theorem. It says angle inscribed in a semicircle is a right angle. Angle inscribed in a semicircle is a right angle. What does this mean? So if you have a circle with center M, as we have in this picture, in the textbook. Then AC is a chord which passes through the center. So this is a diameter. If AC is the diameter, it divides the circle into two halves, circles. So arc ABC is part of the semicircle. Arc AXC is part of another semicircle. And angle ABC, very important, angle ABC is inscribed in a circle because the vertex B is on the semicircle. The theorem says that this angle B is 90 degrees. This angle B is 90 degrees. And the proof is so simple. So simple. Now, if you consider arc AXC, ये नीचे वाला, then this is the central angle and this is the inscribed angle. We know that this is a straight line.
उन दो को मिलाइए. मेरा खरीदा है Redmi 9 है, वो Redmi 8 है.
Now AMC is a straight line. Because this is a straight line, we know the measure of angle AMC. Tell me what is it? What will be? How much will be angle AMC? Tell me the measure. 180 degrees. Any angle on a straight line is 180 degrees. Chand, it is not 80 degrees. You are mistyping. Yes, 180 degrees. Now you tell me the central angle is 180 degrees. So the inscribed angle will be half of it. What is half of 180 degrees? It is 90 degrees. Okay. And this is why an angle inscribed in a semicircle is a right angle. Very simple. If we are smart, if we can make it even more interesting, let's make it even more interesting. If I draw more angles, I'll draw it for you. If I ask you what will be the measure of angle ADC, you should tell me the answer so quickly, within 2 seconds. What will be the measure of angle ADC? Yes, it will once again be 90 degrees. Yes, it is another angle inscribed in the semicircle. And yes, it is angle ADB and angle ADC and angle ABC are angles inscribed in the same arc. So any angle which is inscribed in a semicircle is of the measure 90 degrees. Very good. You have understood. We already know what a cyclic quadrilateral is. I don't remember in which class you studied this, but we have studied this. Definitely we have studied this. And the textbook reminds us, if all vertices of a quadrilateral lie on the same circle, then it is called a cyclic quadrilateral. If all vertices of a quadrilateral, अरे ये quadrilateral क्या है? Quadrilateral is a polygon of 4 sides. Quad, 5, lateral side, 4-sided polygon. If its vertices, जो उसके corners हैं, if they lie on the same circle, concyclic, it is called cyclic quadrilateral. कैसे दिखेगा वो? First, we will draw any random circle. Right. Then we can take any 4 points on the circle. Suppose we take the points A, B, C, and D. And if we join them, we will get a quadrilateral which will be cyclic. And we can name it A, B, C, D. So now quadrilateral A, B, C, D is not any ordinary quadrilateral. It is a cyclic quadrilateral. Why is it cyclic? Because all its vertices lie on the same circle, not any circle, any random circle. They lie on the same circle. If you have understood what a cyclic quadrilateral is, we can understand some properties about the cyclic quadrilateral. The next theorem, which tells us about a property of the cyclic quadrilateral, says opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Now, before we prove it, tell me what do you understand by the word supplementary? The answer is already in the proof. What is the meaning of supplementary? If you just read it properly, you will understand what the meaning is. What is the meaning of supplementary? Yeah, Prachi is saying, Chand is saying that when we add them, if we add the quantities, if the sum is 180 degrees, then we say they are supplementary. For example, in this diagram, we have a circle, center is not shown, but we have a quadrilateral, and we can call that quadrilateral ABCD because the vertices are named ABCD. So quadrilateral ABCD is cyclic. Opposite angles. So one pair of opposite angles are B and D. We have to prove that it is 180 degree. It is coming from the understanding of the word supplementary. Similarly, angle A and angle C will be supplementary. When we add them, the sum will be 180 degrees. This we have to prove. Very easy actually. First, let us try this. Angle B and angle D. EHS. Angle B and angle D. Now, angle ADC. Angle ADC is what kind of angle? It is not any random angle. It is a type of angle, a special angle that we have studied in the class today. What can we call it? Angle ADC is a special kind of angle. What type of angle is this? Anushka, correct. It is an inscribed angle because the vertex of this angle lies on the circle. Very good. And we studied the theorem which says the inscribed angle will be half of the arc intercepted by it. है ना? अभी theorem पढ़ा हमने. So angle ADC equals to half of measure of arc. Which is the intercepted arc? बता सकते हो तुम? ABC, perfect. ABC. No. Angle D, angle ADC is the inscribed angle and the intercepted arc is arc ABC. Similarly, our angle ABC, हमको ADC, एंगल बी और डी के बारे में बात हो रही है अनुष्का, इसीलिए मैंने आपको उस समय भी कहा था whenever we are talking about angles, let us try to be as precise as possible. नहीं तो ऐसे कंफ्यूजन होगा. कभी हम सिंगल अल्फाबेट से बताएंगे, कभी हम तीन तीन करके बताएंगे. So ABC is the again an intercepted inscribed angle because B is on a circle. And the arc it intercepts is the arc ADC. Angle ADC intercepts the arc ABC. Angle ABC intercepts the arc ADC. उल्टा, आमने सामने है. There was some disturbance. I don't know why, but I was telling you that angle ADC is the inscribed angle and the corresponding intercepted arc is arc ABC. Similarly, angle ABC is an inscribed angle and the corresponding intercepted arc is arc ADC. So, ये angle corresponding to ये arc, ये angle corresponding to ये arc, and inscribed angle will be half of the intercepted arc. तो जब हम एंगल A, एंगल D और एंगल B को ऐड करेंगे, what we are doing is we are adding half of arc ABC and half of arc ADC. But ABC और ADC पूरा मिलके होता है 360 डिग्री. दोनों का हमने हाफ हाफ लिया तो टोटल का हाफ which is 180 degrees. वही तो हमको प्रूव करना था. हो गया. So we can say ये जो half of इसको हम लिख सकते हैं एंगल, अरे angle ABC is half of arc ADC. Now ADC और ABC को अगर हम ऐड करेंगे, so half M arc ABC and half M arc ADC, half कॉमन हो गया तो हमारे पास बचा arc ABC plus arc ADC. Now arc ABC, it is a full circle, so it is 360 degree and half of 360 degree is 180 degree. So angle B plus angle D is 180 degree. Similarly, angle A plus angle C equals to 180 degrees is the proof. If I tell you that the measure of angle DAD is 100 degrees, and if I ask you what is the measure of this angle, what will be your answer? Cannot be easier than this. If Rachi wrong answer, Chand wrong answer, Chanda correct answer. If angle A is 100 degree, question is how much is angle C? Angle C will be 80 degrees because angle A plus angle C, they are supplementary, 180. So angle C will be 180 minus 100. Things like this. So the theorem of cyclic quadrilateral tells us that the opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Then there is a corollary. Uska ek consequence. Consequence kya hai? An exterior angle of a cyclic quadrilateral is congruent to the angle opposite to its adjacent interior angle. Oh my God. Exterior angle, cyclic quadrilateral, angle opposite to adjacent interior angle. ये क्या है? If we draw, things will be so clear. And because we already have a cyclic quadrilateral drawn for us, I'm going to use the same thing. Okay. Very slowly, let's understand what is being said. It says, if you have the textbook with you, read the corollary, an exterior angle of a cyclic quadrilateral. So we need to have an exterior angle. We have studied about exterior angle in case of triangles. Now, it's a little different. Not much. Any exterior angle. So I will just for if we extend the side DC, then this angle here is the exterior angle. It says an exterior angle of a cyclic quadrilateral is congruent to, वो किसी के बराबर है, किसके? Angle opposite to is adjacent interior angle. Now our exterior angle is angle BC, एक नाम दे देते हैं उसको BCE, angle BCE. Now adjacent interior angle, this is the angle adjacent to it and interior to it, which is angle BCD. उसके ऑपोजिट में कौन सा है? उसके ऑपोजिट में ये है. What the theorem, what the corollary says is this angle and this angle, they are congruent. They are congruent. होगा ही ना? क्यों होगा? Suppose we name them for our convenience 1, 2 and 3. If I ask you what is 1 plus 2, don't say 3. Measure of angle 1 and measure of angle 2, how much will it be? Come on, fast. 180 degrees, correct. Thank you, Chanda. Now if I ask you what is 2 plus 3, अभी हमने पढ़ा opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral, 180 degree, correct. So 2 में 1 को ऐड करो या 2 में 3 को ऐड करो, बराबर होता है 180 डिग्री. Therefore our 1 is equal to 3. हो गया congruent. So we have a circle, we have a cyclic quadrilateral, we have an exterior angle which is of 130 degrees. The question is how much will be the angle, interior angle that I have shown. Give me the measure. Yes, you have given me the correct measure. It will be same 130 degrees. Right? Exterior angle is congruent to the angle opposite to the angle adjacent to it. ये उसका adjacent हुआ, ये उसका opposite हुआ. Very good, understood. Next is the converse of the cyclic quadrilateral. Cyclic quadrilateral means, cyclic quadrilateral theorem means if the quadrilateral is cyclic, the opposite angles are supplementary. It is the theorem. The converse will be if we have a quadrilateral in which the opposite angles are supplementary, then all the 4 points that the vertices will be on the same circle. That is, the quadrilateral will be cyclic. Theorem says if cyclic quadrilateral, then the opposite angles are supplementary. Converse says if opposite angles are supplementary, then the quadrilateral is cyclic. There is no straight method to prove this. We usually use the indirect method. कि मान लो all the 4 points are not on the same circle. ऐसे कहानी बनानी पड़ेगी. अभी हम उसमें नहीं जा रहे. Theorem और उसका converse. So the theorem is this, beta. Opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary, and its converse. If pair of opposite angles of a quadrilateral is supplementary, the quadrilateral is cyclic. Before we move forward, can you tell me what is the sum of the 4 angles of any quadrilateral and how is it related to a circle? First tell me what is the sum of the 4 angles of any quadrilateral. Correct, 360 degree. Now if I ask you what is the total angle of a circle, of the intercepted arc, of the arc of the circle, full arc of the circle, 360 degree, right? That is the connection. That is why this is happening. 360, 360. Anyway, final thing for today. Another theorem. Told you there are many theorems, a lot of facts. if 2 points on a given line subtend equal angles at 2 distinct points which lie on the same side of the line, then the 4 points are concyclic. घबराओ मत, समझो क्या है. If 2 points on a given line, so there is a line. Where is that line here? The line here is not named, unfortunately. We will name it properly. We will call that line as L. So there are 2 points on this line, A and D. If 2 points on a given line is L, the 2 points on the line are A and D. They subtend equal angles at 2 distinct points. So there are 2 other distinct points, and here the 2 distinct points are B and C. And B and C are such that angle ABD is equal to angle ACD. डायग्राम में XX लिखा हुआ ना, और जब हम लिखेंगे हम उसको लिखेंगे एंगल ABD is congruent to angle ACD. Then what the theorem says is these 4 points A, B, C and D, they are concyclic. That means they lie on the same circle. That means if we want, we can draw a circle passing through all the 4 points. It also means that ABCD will form a cyclic quadrilateral. How will that quadrilateral look? AB already जुड़ा हुआ है, BC को जोड़ना पड़ेगा. चलो जोड़ते हैं. This quadrilateral ABCD, the theorem says it is cyclic. It's the same meaning. जब हम कहते हैं, अरे मैंने क्या किया, हटा दिया उसको. When we say the points ABCD are concyclic, it means that quadrilateral ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. नहीं हो रहा है अभी, तुम देखो. Now imagine a circle, कहीं पर भी सेंटर हो. Now AD is a chord of that circle. Now B and C are points on one arc of that circle. शुरू का ही theorem था हमारा, inscribed angle. In angles inscribed on the same arc are congruent. तो congruent है ना, तो माने ये दोनों सेम आर्क पे आएंगे, ये पूरे एक ही आर्क पे आएंगे और ये quadrilateral, cyclic quadrilateral होगा. Another proof which we cannot do it directly, we will have to do indirect, but don't bother about that now. Understand कि अगर एक लाइन है उसमें 2 पॉइंट है AD और 2 अलग पॉइंट है B and C, such that ABD and ACD are equal, the angles are equal, congruent, then A, B, C and D, they will lie on the same circle, concyclic. They will form a cyclic quadrilateral.